Good morning. So today I'm going to be starting a new series of talks, and they are going to be on the 5 spiritual faculties, aspects of ourselves that we need to, well, the word faculties makes me think almost like we need to take to the gym in some way. We need to strengthen, we need to reinforce if we're going to follow a Buddhist path and if we're going to gain the freedom that it promises. So I'm going to start today by talking a bit about faith. And faith means to very many people belief. But in Buddhism, it means a lot more than just belief, and certainly a lot more than blind belief. So we can look at faith in many different ways. I was looking at my index cards. I keep a little box, and when I find some really good explanations, I write them down. And different Buddhists from different schools describe faith in different ways. I think from a Triratna point of view, we usually describe it as having 3 strands to it, you might say. So the first is intuition. And I think that's often what brings people along to the Buddhist centre. They have an intuition that maybe there's something more than the mundane world. Maybe there is something spiritual that they haven't yet had access to. And they hear something about Buddhism and they think, that sounds very reasonable. It sounds like, yeah, I go along with that. And they have an intuition that there's something there worth exploring, and they come along and learn to meditate. So intuition is one aspect. Then, of course, it's delving into and finding out. In other words, getting clear about what the Buddha actually did and what the Buddha said, what he represented, and trying it out for ourselves. So that introduces the 2 other aspects. One is the experience and one is the knowledge. So, the experience hopefully brings in an emotional aspect that we start to feel that we found something that is really powerful and that really helps us, be less, perhaps less depressed, perhaps cope with life better. And so faith grows in an emotional sense, but also we've got to gather information about, well, what exactly is being taught, and we have to get clear about that. So that there's 3 aspects from the point of view that we often teach them. And then I was just looking at my cards, my index cards, and I saw that, some that really appealed to me was from the instructions of Gampopa. And Gampopa was one of Milarepa's, he was Milarepa's chief disciple, actually. So he describes 3 kinds of faith in a slightly different way. So the first is the faith of clarity. And clarity here, he means a clear sense of the value of the Dharma, a clear sense of its value, and therefore a natural and sincere delight in it. And I think this is an interesting one because I don't think we value what's really worthwhile enough. We tend more to value things in a rather passing way. What we value today, maybe we don't value tomorrow. So appreciating the value of the Dharma means we have to know it enough to really see that, this isn't just another kind of good idea. It's not just another self-help means. It's much more than that. And, well, what is it? It's something that can profoundly change our life if we allow it to. So that sort of appreciation, that sort of realization, it takes time. But it definitely well, it kickstarts our faith, definitely, because we start realizing that no, this isn't just ordinarily important. It's something magnificent, you could say, something really life-changing. And the second aspect is the faith of desire. It's the intense desire to attain the qualities that are possessed by the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So that is like a deep longing, a deep desire. So, often our desires are in terms of craving things that we can have, craving relationships. Desire is often restricted to our partners, our sexual life, and so on. But this is like, once we really see what the Dharma can do for us, it's like a desire that I would say propels us into action, into motivation. Then it doesn't become a question of, do we want to meditate today? Don't we want to meditate today? But actually we feel like, yes, actually this is really important. I want this. Whatever the Buddha had, whatever he gained, I want that too. And my motivation is, once again, lifted up. My motivation is stronger then, is directed then. And then thirdly, Gampopa talks about a type of faith that is confidence or trust, which is the conviction that this way of life is better than any other. A life in the Dharma is a better way to live, and that practice is a worthy way to spend one's time. But I think I'd say something else about confidence as well, because I think we need confidence in ourselves. We need confidence that the Buddha wasn't just some completely different being, and therefore how does it apply to us, that actually we can do it. And we can often see how lacking in confidence people are very early on, when maybe they think they can't meditate. Maybe they feel fidgety in meditation and everybody else seems to be sitting there perfectly happy. Instead of seeing that probably everybody has got umpteen things going on in their mind at the same time, just like they have, they project that maybe everybody else is experiencing something that they're not experiencing. And it's just simply a lack of confidence in ourselves. We need to have confidence that we can change. We know everything's impermanent and we can change. But the Buddha said we can change in fabulous ways. In ways that change our whole way of seeing the world. And that is what the Dharma can offer us. So we need to have confidence in that. So this is faith. Faith is not blind faith. Faith is try it and see. Faith is often started through an intuition that there is something more, and that Buddhism is worth exploring. It's worth finding out about Buddhism, maybe booking on a course and finding out, well, what is it the Buddha teaches? But then our own experience, try it and see. That's what the Buddha said. Don't take my word for it, try it and see. And if we're prepared to do that and really put ourselves wholeheartedly into it, then either we'll discover it's not for us and go elsewhere, or, faith will grow. And faith is a type of confidence that we all need. So I'm going to leave it there for today. And I'll see you soon.